Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Tisco G, aka Mr. Flow So Nice, aka Matiba Tote, because you already know, man, I talk too much. And Buffett, I'm back with you with another one. Now, Buffett to the Mungani hit maker, aka Areece, has actually come out, Buffett, to just firing some jabs at a few artists in the game on a song called Couldn't Have Said It Better. He actually came out just on the song, to address some issues and, also to just, I feel like it was just firing some jabs. I don't know. I'm going to hear from you guys in the comment section once I'm done analyzing these lyrics. But I'm going to just read the lyrics to you guys from the song and you guys will let me know what you think. So he actually came out on the first verse actually saying, they're all from grace, just distractions. Now, obviously, I skipped some parts from the beginning. I'm not going to read all the lyrics. I'm going to read the ones that matter. They actually came out to say, they're all from grace, just distractions. We ain't stressing them. Say it with your chest when you see me. Make the message clear. You rely on sipping on liquor to you rely on sleeping on hot liquor to cancel out your fear. Quick to shoot the other way. I'm the one aiming at your head. Acting like you don't see a nigga. I'm right over here. And then it says, I told Global that he's safe with us around him. First of all, when you listen to those lyrics, where what it's talking about there, you can kind of, if you know the history between Nasty C and Areece, you can kind of tell that he's kind of, I don't know whether taking a jab or we could actually say that, he's kind of addressing an issue with Nasty C. The issue of Areece over the past few months has actually been pressing Nasty C a lot as far as lyrics and as far as music. Just in general, just over the things that Nasty C has been saying in interviews, Areece has been pressing him. But Nasty C hasn't budged. He's been focused on whatever he's been doing and has been moving forward and not caring about what Areece is saying. But when it comes down to people like Dr. Malinga taking jabs at him, you saw how Nasty C retaliated to the old situation, calling him an old nigger, is trying to kick airplanes, etc., etc. You sit down and then you ask yourself the question of, why isn't he responding to Areece, someone who can actually match him with the work ethic, who can actually match him with the music, who can actually also match him with the lyrics? Because if you take jabs at Dr. Malinga is house. It's not really someone who's gonna respond to you. But Areece has been pressing you on these issues, and you haven't been responding. So I feel like that's what Areece is checking him on. That Narcissus is kind of like hiding his fear, but in truth is scared to respond to him and respond to the things that he's been asking him about. Now he continued on some other lyrics to actually say, it says, they base opinions on popularity status, and that results to them comparing me to what's below the standard. I said that shit on You Welcome. They didn't understand me. Instead of sounding like a broken record, we're out here working we're out here working on records, so we break your record. They feel the pressure breaking under it. Talent can't be measured. You ain't special. You just funded, nigga. Down tolerating these other niggas. And you can take it how you want, a nigga. Let's go catalog for catalog and see who lost the longest. From 20K to 20 more, I'm just getting started. Every show we go with large. I'm my own boss. Difference between me and all them stars, they tweet, man, I go record. And this is just the calm before the storm. You boys are acting like you got an extra X chromosome. Now, Bafetu, when you listen to those lyrics, you can kind of clearly or distinctly tell who he's talking about. He's talking about, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to just give you a background check. He's talking about the fact that if you notice when Areece and the other artists that left Ambitious left, the label, there were artists that actually came out to speak on the matter, and one of those artists was Emtee, who actually came out to say that he's the GOAT, and people came out, left the label because they wanted what he had, And so Areece came out to speak on the fact that, and I'm going to put a link on the description for those of you guys that didn't see that video or might be confused on what's going on. But, Emtee actually came out in that situation to say that, he's the GOAT and these other guys wanted what he has and that's why they left the label. So he's kind of checking him on that, checking him on the fact that, he's not really a special artist the way that he thinks is special because, he's always saying that he's special. It says that you're not special, you just funded, talking about if you go catalog for catalog, over time is going to beat him. Talking about the fact that he spoke about the stuff on one of his songs called You Welcome. Now, I listened to You Welcome, and what he talks about there is artists that now think that they're gods. That's the thing that stands out to me. Artists that now think that they're gods and, talk down to people and all of that. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, if you go via Emtee's Twitter page and pay attention, you'll realize that Emtee, a lot of times, when people are actually taking jabs at him, his response is usually the first thing is unamalin, type vibe. So, I feel like Areece is kind of saying that, you kind of got a God complex. That's why he's talking about that song, You Welcome, where he says, I'm not going to treat people like, I'm now a God and they are now at the bottom. He also continues, also on the same thing to talk about the fact that, these guys are acting like they've got some extra X chromosomes, which is, he's kind of saying that they're acting like females. So Buffett, just listening to what he's saying on these lyrics, I'm hearing the fact that, he's kind of checking them on certain things, and also, especially with Emtee, he's actually checking them on something that he said, kind of responding to it. But I feel like the part where he talks about, Emtee is just funded is a part that I feel like, maybe he shouldn't have included in those lyrics, because, he also came out in the same funding as Emtee, For those of you guys that were blessed enough to all know Areece before, he was signed to Ambitious Entertainment. God bless you guys, but a lot of us really didn't know him that well till Ambitious signed him. So he came out under the same budget as Emtee, maybe not the same amount of money, I don't know, but the music videos that he got were good. When the songs came out, they were good, and I could hear them on radio. They were played on radio. They were played on the different television sites. So it's like one of those things where you sit down and you like, you came up on the same funding, and one could also argue that some of the funding that you received came from the success of what Emtee had. So you look at it and you're like, okay, with that part, I really can't give him support on that. And also the part where he's now bragging about being independent, the fact that, he's doing 20K and 20 more, that's also a part I look at and I'm like, Areece is still new to being independent. So I don't feel like he said on one interview where he said he speaks too early sometimes. I don't feel we should speak too early about that. I feel like he should just focus, do well on that, and then he can start checking these artists that are signed about it. But, he only recently started using his own budget to pay for stuff. It was Ambitious Entertainment that was paying for his stuff before. So you can't really come out and brag to Emtee about that because, you all came out on the same budget. Now, him talking about, them going catalog for catalog and, let's see whose music lasts the longest. Now, that part for me is exciting because I look at it and I'm like, I really want to see who's going to last the longest. As far as Emtee is concerned, he seems his first album was dope. His first album was amazing. Areece's first album was also amazing, I won't lie. But as far as success goes, Emtee's album was more successful than Areece's album. And that's why he's saying that he's working on records to break his record. That's why, we're kind of checking him on that fact that, yes, you did well. Yes, you succeeded. Your album was doing better. But I'm working on records that are just going to break the record that you just set. Which is, that for me is exciting. It's hip-hop. It's good. It's good competition to actually see who's going to do better between the two, who's going to do well in the long run, and who's going to have the most numbers. Will Areece's next album outsell Emtee's album? Those are some of the things that I look at and I'm like, you know what? It's a good question to ask. It's a good, comparison or position to put yourself, to kind of compete with a guy like Emtee as far as numbers are concerned. But, the other stuff about being independent and all of that, I can't support. I will say that I love the line about, X chromosomes. It actually made me think. I was like, what is he trying to say? And then I realized, oh, okay, he's trying to say they're a bunch of females. But Bafetti, you guys let me know what you think about these lyrics. Do you think that Areece was taking a shot? Do you guys actually think that, he has reason to actually, speak on matters of being independent yet? And this Emtee about having a budget, or being funded by a label. And do you guys actually think he was talking about Emtee or he was talking about Nasty C? You guys can check me in the comment section. Just leave a comment also about the lyrics, what you think of them, what you think about what he's saying, and also just give me your own analysis of, what you think about these lyrics. So leave a comment in the comment section and definitely subscribe. Love y'all. Awesomeness. Now wait, Emma Billy. I know you wanna go, but click that red button and subscribe and put some respect on a younger name, man. Awesome.